Hello, hello, and welcome everyone to this very special occasion. We do have the legend, the one and only Tallsquall, joining us for some D&D. He's going to be playing a lovely character of my own creation, and he's put a little spin on it as well, which is always good fun.
It might be a nice guy.
Hold on, I need to...
You just keep thinking that.
Whoops. No, stop moving Tallsquall. Hashtag pro streamer. Hold on.
Have you also done a notification in the Discord? That might be important.
Yes, I have.
I can't see.
But for some reason... Oh, that's why, because I've locked it. There we go.
Pro streamer.
Pro streamer. And that'll do for now. So, yes. Hello, and welcome. We are here with a very, very special episode. We're going to jump straight in it. Who wants to give us a quick recap of what happened last week?
I do have some notes. I can't guarantee you it's going to be as great as Gemma's, though.
That's fine. Your scribe is away.
Okay. Should we introduce characters too?
Yes. Also, if you let us know your characters and what they're about.
Should we do that first before I go on the recap?
That's fine.
Okay. I am going to be playing Estella, who is a 52-year-old human. She is a Celestial Pact warlock who basically tried to renew her paladin oath with her Deus Thunder and had a panic attack halfway through, and the terms were kind of altered, so she's a warlock now. As you do.
Awesome. And Nonk.
I'll be playing Nonk, the half-elf, half-orc fighter.
I didn't realize his mum was an elf.
Yeah, that's why I had the confusion. As I said, a half-orc fighter, who seems to be leaning more to the human side than the brutish orcish side of his life. Though there are some that try to bait him into flying off the handrail and submitting to his orcish rage. But he seemed to fit in well with humankind and has applied his trade as a wainwright. His shield has a marking of a red wagon wheel upon it, and he seems to wield a sledgehammer, a tool of the trade.
Awesome. And finally, Beldar.
I'm playing Beldar, a Dragonborn wizard. He's trying to find out the secrets of unknown book that he's been given by his teacher, who was assassinated and don't know how. And yeah, he's just going around trying to figure that out.
Awesome. And finally, Tallsquall.
I'm the big bad evil guy. So how much does the party know? I mean, you sent me stuff. How much does the party know of who I am?
They know a good deal about who you are.
Okay. So yeah, I am playing Antoine Doucette, who is the party has been pursuing as he is kind of the big bad guy here. Possibly, who knows? What is he really up to? But he has been making pacts and other things with other folks and deals with devils and demons. And yeah, he's got plans.
Yeah, I think that's where we'll leave that. So yeah, Trilobite, if you want to go ahead and give us the recap.
Okay, so last session we were headed out from the city to Gemma's homeland of the Rygark Factari. I don't think I pronounced that correctly, because fancy name.
Actually.
Yeah. before I left, I tried to leave a message with the people in town. We had come across a faction of Redcloaks who were a sort of underground semi-cult of demon hunters. And also the town guard, and I'd also sent word to the Church of the Thunder. I did send an additional message, which was simply titled, "Dear Antoine, fight me, Stella." But I don't think he got that message. Or maybe he did. We headed out, sorry?
I was going to say, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, you can guarantee that that fire message got to Antoine.
Yeah.
The gauntlet's been thrown down.
Why did you spell it F-I-T-E? Aesthetic. On the way out, we met a orc lad called Harnack, who had been cursed because he upset some fey creatures called
Piskies.
Yeah, not quite pixies. So we had agreed to help him out in order to get some... Why did we agree to help him out?
Because Harnack was cursed by them and had a blistering curse, large blisters you couldn't see. We had to actually care for him.
Yeah. Oh, so we just did it because we didn't like looking at him.
Well,
and also because it's the right thing to do, I guess. So we went to this tree in the middle of the forest, got shrunk down and went inside the tree, while Harnack was outside moaning because he wasn't a pleasant guy. We go inside. Beldar finds out more about his book. It turns out to be a Pisky tome, and is written in a language which is why he can't understand it, because it's presumably not related as closely to any of the mortal languages.
It's more an amalgamation of every language than it is an individual language in itself.
Oh yeah, it's fancy Esperanto, isn't it? Yeah. So you got to lead in that, but in order to understand the language and so they could keep a track on him, he ended up joining with the Pisky hive mind, with the help of help of a sort of individual, because they're a hive mind called simply Number 23. We also used one portion of rations to try and get some squirrels to scout out for Antoine. And while we were making camp, Gene said, "Oh yeah, you found some squirrels," and we then realized what a terrible thing we just done. Harnack considered to continue to taunt Nunk with stuff about his past. I believe his mother had made a deal with an orc individual.
Lies!
Marriage.
Lies. All lies.
Which sounds very sketchy, to be honest. So part of this deal was that she would have Nunk, at least as far as Harnack told us. Did we do anything else? We also found out that Harnack and Gemma are related, but we don't know that in character. I think Gemma does, so she had a mope about that. And then morning came, and we were set out to Gemma's hometown, where we came across Antoine. And Gemma passed out because she's not here this session. It's an easy way to write her out.
It was more the emotional trauma that she
deaths of like thousands of children.
She's received a letter telling her sacred tree is dead. She's received one saying that it's perfectly well and fine and it's all well and good. Poor Gemma's been through it. And
this isn't like an 18th century novel. Women just don't up and faint randomly. I think it was like the screaming of 1,000 children, like in her mind.
Yeah, that was that as well.
There you
go. So yeah, where we left off, you guys had just set off from your camp, and you had come to a downslope, and at this bottom of this slope was all you could see was this figure in these white pentagrams that was surrounding his body and sort of slowly turning. And as you see him, as you see him, the pentagrams fall, and the spell seems to end, whatever spell it was, And Antoine, you get the sense that there is somebody watching you.
Antoine turns and looks up towards the this approaching group of people and sort of peers up at them. Am I? Has this been interrupted at this point or not yet?
I will, in fact.
So, Antoine turns around and looks up at them and goes, "You're too late. You've missed your chance. Good to see you again, Stella. It's been too long."
I assure you, the pleasure is all yours. Did you get my message?
I heard of such things. I figured you'd be looking for me.
Whatever goes down now, I just want you to know you always have a choice. If you want, you can come quietly. We'll deliver you to the custody of the Church of Lathander. Can't guarantee that anything will go back to the way it was, but it's an out.
I have no intention of going back to the House of Lathander. And if you try to stop me and stand in my way, I will mow you down.
This whole time, Nog has just been breathing heavy. And then on that last line, I pull the true silver dagger and I raise it above my head. And I shout out, "Lavandar, guide my hand. Let me slay demons in your name."
Lathander. No, we're working.
Oh, yeah, it's Lathander, but he just has problems with that TH sound.
Yeah, it's sort of King Cardine pronunciation.
As you call out to Lathander, go ahead and make me a fate roll, Nark.
You suddenly take a level in Paladin, that would be amazing.
On a 54, you hear Lathander's voice, and it says, "My assistance is not needed here. You will do what is right by your hand." And the voice goes dead.
Interesting. With that, I see him pull out these daggers. I assume up on the hill.
I would say so. Nong's not exactly the most subtle of people.
No, I raised it up above my head, so it should be fairly visible.
So, a evil grin goes across Antoine's face, sort of turning it into this sort of evil sort of mask, and you see shadows begin to coalesce around him, and he goes, "If it's a fight you want, I'm here to give it to you."
I charge.
And with that, we will indeed enter the initiative. Ooh. Wow.
It keeps double click. It's the first one.
Alright, yeah, no, that's fine.
I'm not sure if it's just like an issue with my mouse that double clicks it or something.
Maybe. I don't know why it does that.
Well, I'm going last.
Do you want to roll?
You're going differently
initiative?
first.
No.
Let me unwhisper myself as well. I had my worlds on whisper for a moment.
So that's that. Okay. What's that? That. Then. And finally Okay, so yeah, you see this sort of magical shroud surround Antoine, and his figure starts to almost glow. And why doesn't one of you make me an Arcana check, please?
I look at the wizard.
Okay, yeah, fine. Oh.
He cast a spell.
Yeah, guys.
Heavens!
I could tell you that.
Cast a spell.
I could tell you that.
So what is Antoine going to do?
I see this orc charging towards me, and I just sort of laugh, and I'm going to do as warlocks do. I'm going to start throwing Eldritch Blast at him. So first beam, an 18.
Yeah, that hits.
For 7 force damage. Second beam, 22, so for 10. So 17 force damage as Antoine just puts both his hands down and slings these 2 purple bolts of Eldritch energy at this charging orc, and just smiles and says, "Come at me."
Estella.
I am going to, as a bonus action, use Healing Light on Nank. So that's 2d6. I will mark that as used. I guess. So
Thank
you heal 6.
In Wills for that £10 donation. You can, in fact, give 2 players a nat 1 or a nat 20.
Oh dear God.
So whilst we wait for that to come through. Sorry, Estella.
Okay, so Healing Light is the bonus action, and as my action, I'm going to hex Antoine, and I will give him disadvantage on strength checks. So
Okay.
that's at 2nd level.
Yep. And Nark.
I'll just bring that up.
I'm charging. I don't see how far I am. How far am I from Antoine?
You could probably get to him with your next move.
All right, is it considered a dash then? It would be my full move? Okay. I dash at him, brandishing the true silver dagger above my head. Sort of like hunkered down behind my shield as if that would protect me from the Eldritch Blasts.
Okie dokie. Yep, and last but not least, Beldar.
I'm gonna magic missile him. So, 1. Oh no, it's an automatic hit, isn't it? Magic missile. 2, 3. I'll just do the 3.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay.
So 1, 2, that's 5. No, sorry. 7. Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
And we go back to the top of the order with Tallsquall.
So this half orc is basically gotten himself right on top of me, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I actually look past him, up at this group above on the hill who have just crested it. So I assume they're still within 20 feet of each other.
Yeah, they're fairly close by. Like, Nank is probably the furthest away from the group and may be able to get out of the range.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. But of the 3 of them up there, they are within 20 feet of each other, within a 10-foot radius of each other.
Yeah.
Cool. I look up at this group as they are standing up there, and I just sort of smile and go, Estella, wanting to be a paladin, did they teach you nothing? And I cast Shatter up on the hillside. As I am a warlock, that will be at level 4. They need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Kill.
Whilst you guys do that, remember you all have been given a nat 20 by Inwills, who has also granted me a nat 1. So thank you very much.
Yay, thank you.
So did that nat 20 include me?
Yes, everyone, and you can choose when to use those nat 20s.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, is that before the roll?
Yes.
I will, because it was sort of mid your roll, I will allow you to either re-roll that dice or use the nat 20.
I'm going to roll Constitution. I'm saving that 20. Which will be the first one, but sorry.
I'll re-roll.
Okay.
So do we take half damage or no damage?
It is half damage.
Okay, so we take... Is it rounded up or down?
It's always rounded down, I believe, damage.
So we take 5. Oh.
Well, no, because it's higher level cast. It's 20. It would have been 22. It's 11.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yep. And it doesn't catch Knack, correct? He's
he's out of the 10-foot radius.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ow.
Well, that's lucky, because if it was the full 22...
Squishy wizards.
And I just look at Knack and I just sort of brace myself. I almost kind of like drop my shoulder into him to receive this charge.
Okay.
Okay. Estella.
Taught me nothing, you say? Well, I picked up a couple new tricks, and I'm going to use that natural 20 to cast Guiding Bolt at 2nd level, which I believe will double all the dice on it.
Nice.
Okay.
Wow.
So, level 2. I don't get many spells. I'm going to make the use of it. So...
Looks like 15. Oh, no, it's a nat 20, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be 30.
Yeah, 30 points of radiant damage, and when Nunk goes for his attack, he's going to have advantage.
That's not a natural 20, that's a dirty 20.
No, she used hers.
Oh, you used your natural 20 on it. Okay, yep, that's fine.
And also I deal an extra d6 because of the hex.
Yep, go for it.
Of necrotic.
So
And
the hex gets doubled as well, yeah?
it's all damage dice, I think.
I think so.
Yep.
I mean, that's usually how I rule.
Yeah.
I need to do the maths.
So I Kamehameha this guy. And I've still got a bonus action, so I'm gonna put some healing light on Baldar, which will be 1d6. And I don't think it's a spell, so I can do it.
Yep, that's fine.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm also going to use my move to shimmy just a bit away from Baldar.
Okay,
So about 10 feet.
perfect. Ooh, what's going on?
Oh, shoot. I should have made a concentration check on the hex.
Oh, after the 11, yeah.
Thank
I've got
you
Warcaster,
for
so I've got advantage on it.
Thanks
But,
for the £6 donation, Night Fingery. Go ahead and give out either a fate roll and an inspiration to a player, or you can give out make 2 random NPCs appear, or you can give it 3 nat 1/nat 20s as you see fit.
Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration, which is DC thing. I'll just check the DC for that.
Yep.
Sorry about that. Making a point of it because I probably will be exploiting it later. Concentration check 5e.
Oop, wrong person. Sorry, I just sent that to Estella.
Okay. I'll try and ignore it. Doesn't say.
I don't think so, but
Lightfingery's given Tallsquall 3 nat 20s. You've got 4
Oh dear
nat
God.
20s.
What did we do to you? Yeah. DC equals 10 or half the damage we take, whichever number is higher, so it's DC 10. Okay. So it's Constitution save
yep.
with advantage. 21. Yep. I still maintain Hex.
Yep.
Okay. That's my turn. Sorry about that.
That's all right, no worries. And Nonk.
Okay.
You have advantage.
Thank you. I rush in, and I sort of brace myself for the attack and sort of fortify myself. I'm going to go with my second wind.
Okay.
And it's going to be 2 plus 3. 2 plus 4 is 6. So I get 6 points back.
Yeah.
I make my attack with the dagger at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
My attack. Yay.
Yeah, 7
All right.
misses.
I'm just so filled with rage, and in my eyes are filled with tears of the thought of all the things you've done to those children, and it blinds me to my attack, and I strike wide against you.
And Beldar.
I'm going to go ahead and use Magic Missile again.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. So it's about 13.
Yeah, so you fire off these magic missiles and they leave your hands, striking Antoine in multiple places. Antoine, you are taken to your knee, and it's very visible to the others that this black shroud leaves your body and enters into the ground.
Yeah, Antoine, the attack against Antoine by Estella, leaving its mark of Lathandron and seemed to affect him greatly, more so than he would have imagined that Estella was able to do. He looks at the ground and sees the blackness sort of leave his body, and an anger goes over one of them. I look at the wizard who's been I look at Estella.
I wink at him.
I wink back, and I'm gonna double nat 20 Eldritch Blast at Estella. So look at that max damage. So the first one hits for 23 points of force damage.
And I'm down.
You go down?
Yep.
Cool. Good to know. Then I'm going to look at this orc who is in front of me, and I'm going to. You know what? I'm going to just smile at the orc and the wizard who, seeing as the orc has yet to hit me, the wizard who hit me, I'm going to send the other Eldritch Blast beam up to the other one. And that is going to be 9 points of force damage to the wizard.
Oh. Hang on. So,
Did the second one hit me while I was down?
No, I did 2 different targets. I did not.
Okay.
I didn't hit you with the Eldritch Blast because I think there's still some piece of good in him a little bit.
It's a gentle crit. Just like caressing.
It's a gentle crit. You know, like for like. It's like sparring. And what do I want to do? What about this orc? Sorry, new sheet. He is. I am going to. Yeah, I'm gonna risk the opportunity attack. He's going to run towards the trees.
Okay. You do, in fact, invoke an opportunity of attack from Nark.
I swipe at him again with the true silver dagger.
Remember, you do have that nat 20 as well. Oh,
Yep.
Don't need it, though.
So it hits for 7. Okay. He still keeps running unless you've got Sentinel or something like that.
I have Sentinel.
You do have Sentinel?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
Then
So
I
I
don't.
stop you in your tracks.
So I stop me in my tracks.
Just
I-
like digs it right in the Achilles heel.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I cut your hamstring.
And he just looks down at you and go, "Damn you. You don't know what you're doing.
I'm saving children,
The children are already dead."
and so will you.
Who's next?
On the actual list is Estella.
Okay, I will need to make a death saving throw.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's right, you went down.
1 success.
Yep, okay.
Next.
Next would be Nank, in fact.
Okay. I sort of like turn a little bit and I balance on another foot, and then I come around and I swing like in a roundhouse sort of way. I'm using my feint to have it's a combat maneuver to get advantage on my attack.
Yeah, okay.
And then for my attack, I attack with the true silver dagger again. This will be at advantage. 14.
14 misses.
Yeah, as you sort of try to be a little bit fancy, you try to be flourish too much. Nank's trying to sort of showboat now, and he just sort of completely scuffs it up and goes over Antoine's head. In that moment, you all suddenly hear a sound approaching you fairly rapidly from behind.
It's the horse! The horse is coming to save us!
Off on top of this horse that you sort of look round at and look at, you see Emmett. And he dismounts. Now, Tallsquall, you'll know Emmett to be almost like the one who will supersede you should your position of power be removed. He has managed to track you down via the party, and he dismounts, and he looks at the party, and he looks at Antoine. He says, "Are you okay, brother?"
We need to get out of here.
We? I have not committed any crimes. You, however, have committed several. But I will hear you out, Antoine.
Take me away from here. Someplace safe. Someplace hidden.
Can I bleed out judgmentally?
Look how angry Estella bleeds.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and make me another death save? Like that.
That's a success.
Yeah, 10 I think is a success. I always forget which way a 10 falls. I think a 10 is a success because you actually, it's tipped in your favor. It doesn't have to be an 11. It's a 45-55, not a 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Emmett turns down and he says, "You had a perfectly safe place to be. But yet you chose to become corrupt."
You understand nothing. You do not understand what is coming.
Brother, I went through the same trials as you. If you do not tell me, I cannot help you.
He is coming. I know not where.
Who?
Azkathul.
You've summoned the 8th leader of the Abyssal Hell? This is a crime that cannot be forgiven, brother.
Can I stab him now?
I was going to say, can I get an attack in here? Because I want this orc who's been swinging at me.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
Oh.
When because I think I'm ahead of him in initiative.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, then, sorry, dude. I'm a cornered animal at this point. I am using the other two nat 20s eldritching right into your head.
Cool.
Relentless endurance.
So that is a 9, so 18 plus 3, that's 21 points of force damage. Nothing personal. I just need your life. And I will do another one. If he's not down, I'll do another one.
I'm not down.
Because it matters. Oh, damn it. And this one will be plus another 13 points of force.
Okay, that would knock me unconscious, but I have relentless endurance, so it puts me back up to 1.
So, quick question for you, Dubali. If he goes to 0 with my Dark One's blessing, because he hits 0, then bounces back, right? Because Dark One's blessing says if he hits 0, then I get the hit points.
Ooh.
It's important.
Yeah. I would say
it reads
so.
it reads if a hostile
But it means
creature,
it does mean you can kind of farm the orcs a bit more, and that would be a bit.
I think it's a DM it's a DM thing, is you reduce a hostile creature to 0 hit points is how it reads. I don't know. Does relentless endurance say if you go to 0, you then gain back 1, or that you can't be reduced to 0?
I'm checking it.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the important.
I think it says if you would be dropped to 0 hit points, you go to 1 instead. Kind of like Pokemon with Sturdy.
Yeah, it's all about wording. Rules as written.
It says when you are reduced to 0 hit points, but not killed outright, you can drop to 1 point instead. So
it's instead.
It's instead. So it sounds like I go to 1.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
Okay.
Antoine.
So then I don't.
Yeah.
Darn it.
However, Emmett, wants clearly wants a peaceful resolution to this. And in that very moment of you firing off your Eldritch Blast, in front of you appears the image of, and I forget his name every single time.
Anyone we would know?
It is indeed. Where is it?
Describe?
Jorovic, who, as you know, has become one of the Fae. And go ahead, everyone, and make me a wisdom saving throw.
Do I have to if I'm down?
No, if you're down, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
Both of us. We are too busy with combat to deal with Fae.
Nark, wisdom save? Yep, you will make it. But it does distract you momentarily. And the Emmett walks up to you and stands in between you. He says, "Enough! I will not have disorder. Antoine, you will come back to the Brotherhood and you will face their judgment."
Still bleeding out, GM.
Yeah, I know.
Then I will be killed. Then I will be dead, and you will have no way to stop what is coming.
We may be able to save you if you explain exactly what happened.
He assesses the situation around him, seeing these two new people joining the battle. I just wanted to get away. And he puts up his hands.
As you stand up, the necklace is removed from you. The glass tear pendant is removed from you as Antoine puts it on.
Wait, you mean the other guy? I had it.
Emmett, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Emmett takes it off Antoine and puts it on around his neck. And he says, "Antoine, when you went into the trials, you were a different person. Did you allow yourself to become corrupt?"
Does anyone ever? I look up at Estelle, who's bleeding out.
Go ahead and make me death save. Yeah, you come back up. You sort of wake up.
It would normally take 1d4 hours, but for sake of drama, I can come back up if you want.
Yeah.
And I'll spend a healing light on myself.
It basically, the light of Lathander fills Estella as her eyes open and she takes her breath once more.
I'm on 1 hit point.
One is one.
It's more than 0.
That makes two of you guys on one. I gesture up at them. Estella, your star pupil, the one who was supposed to be the shining paladin for us all. And she too did not make it through your trials.
She never went through the trials.
I kind of look at her again, having made an assumption of what might have happened.
Yeah, talking stuff out, not usually a bad plan.
I point at the orc at my feet.
You know, I've sort of regained my my bearings due to the Eldritch Blast, and I get around Emmett and I drive the dagger into him.
Into Emmett?
Into Antoine, obviously.
Before you do that, you sort of go to move past Emmett, and annoyed that someone has not heeded his request for peace, puts his dagger through Nang.
Oh!
Damn
I
it!
said I wanted peace.
Well, why did you stab him then?
Those
I
who
look
break,
at him really confused and collapse.
he says, I do not allow anybody, when I am interrogating one of my own, to interfere. And you, Antoine, you've just seen the one who you believe to be one of the ones responsible for the coming of the ending of your days save your life.
This world.
Say what you want to say. I advise you be quick about it.
I've told you what I know.
I was unconscious.
Azkahul is coming. My mind was not my mind was not mine. My own as it happened. It was corrupted. I know not how.
First off, do I know who Azkathul is? And secondly, do I believe him?
Okay, why don't you make me a persuasion check versus an insight check? And also make me a religion check, please, Estella, as well.
Okay.
Me persuasion is what you want?
Religion has hopefully gone through. Oh, no. Try that again.
Ooh, it's
On
high.
a 13, that's the religion check. Go ahead and make me an insight check.
Insight.
On a 19, he is telling the truth.
Okay.
He's telling the truth about what happened to him.
We're still not sure whether you're under the sway of this being... Do I know who it is?
You know Azkahul to be the 8th Lord of Hell, basically.
Okay. If your mind was affected, how can we be sure that your mind is clear? We would have to place you under observation. We can help you through this. You just need to cooperate.
Nong, can you go ahead and make a death save?
Oof.
Oof.
Does he still have that nat 20 or has he used it?
He used it on me, I think.
Yeah.
No, I still have it.
Oh, you still
Oh, that's right. No, you didn't use it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you rolled that.
That means two failures.
Yeah, I got it.
I may advise using the 20 on the next one. Just maybe.
Antoine, rise.
He does.
Now, you will come back with me, and we will place you under observation. You will be derobed, and your place amongst the Brotherhood stripped. However, I like to think myself as merciful, as genteel. I will make sure you receive good treatment.
Fine. So, my merciful brother. I look down at him. You going to let him die just because he didn't obey you? That's what you're showing me of your mercy, of how well I'll be treated.
He looks down at the body of Nang, looks up to the sun, and looks back at Estella. I am sure that his actions will lead him down a better path, and if he so sees fit, her god will save him.
You and your gods.
I am no holy man. Like you, I am one of the fallen. I do no longer follow the path of Lathander.
He just shakes his head and slumps his shoulders and knows he has no choice in this matter, as they've killed, in his eyes, this he's going to kill whoever's not going to do what he says.
He says, you three. Actually, he says, you two. Bring your friends along.
Okay.
And he sort of whistles, and as he does, you see another couple of horses come out of the woodland.
If Nunk isn't going to use that nat 20, can I try and medicine check him or something?
Nunk, you can make me one more death save.
Okay, I want you to know that I am not using my nat 20.
Oh, God!
No, my hands are, for Lathander to decide.
Can I pray to Lathander then?
I make it.
You make it.
Yep. It's one success.
2 and 1.
But what if Lathander's giving you that nat 20?
Roll me another death save.
Okay.
Okay, and this...
2 and 2. Here it comes.
Here it comes, guys. The third death save. Come on.
I was going to say, now I'm going to let Lathander just step in. Does Lathander
Don't.
want me to use my natural 20?
Yes, he does!
Make me a
Lathander sounds like Estella for some reason.
Make me a fate roll.
Me.
No.
Or him.
Nunk.
Roll 100. And you roll 100, and the voice just says, just use the damn 20.
Pretty close.
Wisdom from above.
Lathander will use your natural 20. And Nunk, you're sort of, when you wake, you've kind of been slumped over the hind quarters of a horse, making you feel quite nauseous. But when you go ahead and roll me I believe it's 1d8 health, you'll recover as a fighter.
All right. I'll use one of my hit dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, are you going to take a short rest then?
2.
Oh, yeah. Is this considered a short rest?
Yeah, it can be, I would say.
Okay.
Do I get 2
Icon
points
is-
back, DM?
Yes, you do, yeah.
And I no longer need to make my death saves, right?
Correct.
That's 1.
Is this considered a short rest for me?
Yeah.
I don't think so, right?
I would say probably not, actually, because you've recovered from death.
17.
Agreed.
How many hit dice? Can you use as many hit dice during a short rest as you want?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was up to half, but it depends. I think that's an optional rule. It depends on what we're going by.
Yeah, I'll say you can use as many as you want in the short rest.
But you recover them slowly, so...
Mm.
I think I'll use 3.
You very, very quickly...
And I get my spells and stuff back.
After about half a day's travel, you see Abelon on the horizon's edge. And Emma looks around and says, "We will make camp here." And he climbs down off his horse and starts setting up camp.
Am I adequately recovered?
Yeah. You're awake at least. And
Can I get to my feet?
yes.
All right. I stumble about a little wobbly. And then, I'm looking around and I see Antoine, which, immediately puts a snarl on my face. And then I see Emmett. I'm like, what did you do?
He stabbed you.
You broke my peace. So I broke yours.
I think it was more piercing, puncturing than breaking, but you do you, man.
I stormed toward him. What did you do?
I saved one who was corrupted.
Why?
Nunk.
Why?
Just calm.
Not every fight needs to end in death. And you kind of look at your surroundings and you remember that Harmac is only around the corner from here.
Oh yeah, there is that guy.
Asleep. Or he was asleep.
No, he's just tied up.
He
was annoying, so he just kept.
Remember, I put him
casting
to sleep at
on
the
him.
end of last session,
Yeah.
and then you tied him up. Yeah.
Yeah. But he would be awake by now.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty far from my mind right now.
What does Antoine do?
I pointed at Antoine and I said, what are you going to do with him? Are you going to let him hurt more children?
No. He will not.
And how are you going to stop him? I was going to stop him, but you stopped me instead. Are you my enemy?
Calm yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, sort of off color, probably darker than normal. And my eyes are bulging and I am extremely angry, even though in my weakened state.
I reckon Murphy would have been probably KO'd by that shatter, so I'm going to summon him again. Because I got a spare batch of it.
Yeah.
Which, actually, I'll bring him back in the same form he was. So, it's a microcoatl with the same stats as a pseudo-dragon.
Yeah.
And I'm going to send Murphy, presumably after that, I'm going to send Murphy over to calm Nunk down.
I turned to Antoine. And what do you think? If we let you go, would you continue to do what you do? If you escaped, would you do what you do?
When you motion to the place where you last saw Antoine, no one is there.
All right. Nunks yells, "You let him escape!"
He will not get far. And he is no longer a threat.
Then why would he escape?
And how do we know we can trust him with you if you just let him escape? Next time we bring him to the custody of the Church of Lathander.
Emmett looks at you. And he says, "Your God? The one you worship so very much?"
That is how gods generally work.
He is the reason that I lost my family. And he stops for a moment. Thinks to himself. Looks back at you. And he says, "In fact, you are the reason I lost my family." I wanted to bring Antoine back in. He would have faced the guillotine.
And you let him escape.
I had no intention of letting him live. But by showing him some mercy, it makes it easier for him to...
You were the one demanding mercy. You were the one who stabbed Nunk as a consequence.
Because I wanted him to face the right justice.
That's some mixed up thinking you've got there.
The final dawn are the reason I have no family.
Okay. Just a quick question. Because I'm part of the hive mind, does they just know the general direction that Antoine went, or do they still know where he went?
They only knew his general direction because he had passed them.
That's all right then. Okay.
You have been sticking to sort of the mountain ridge where the forest is at its lightest because you've been going by horseback.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah. Things get pretty damn tense. And Nark, I kind of imagine you
I would chase after Antoine. I'll just run into the woods and I'm looking for him high and low.
As you do, you sort of first take a little sort of run straight ahead just in case he's gone in the
I'm just going to Eldritch Blast the spot we saw him last. In case he's just gone invisible. I'm part of the orchestration.
Okay.
12. I'm just going to do it a couple of times. Flip.
Although you fire the Eldritch Blast, but it seems to not go in a straight line like it normally does. Something appears to bend its will.
Sacred Flame. Dexterity saving throw if anything's there. Is there anything there?
Hey, Game Drunk, thank you for the host, my friend. It just burns and fizzles.
Well, it's always percussive maintenance, and I'm going to hit the area with my stick.
Okay.
So.
And again, a 10. By this point, you're just hitting rock. You're just hitting pure rock. There's nothing apparent.
I hit again.
There's nothing there. You're just hitting pure rock on this spot. Nark, as you sort of start wandering around, you see Harmac sort of wandering around in the forest, and he says, I wondered when you were going to come back for me. And you can see his binds are broken.
I am looking for Antoine. Where is Antoine? Did you see him?
And, why would I tell you?
You have no reason to tell me.
Exactly.
I must find him.
Well, unfortunately, we have found you. And you see within the trees and the forest the rest of the orcish horde start to emerge. At their helm is a very, very large orc with a battle-scarred face and very, very clear, like, it's almost like the African-style scarrings that they're very, very intentional.
Scarification tattoos.
Yeah, thank you. And he hops down off his horse and he says, "Ah, Nonk, son of Kaka, welcome."
I step forward and I look at him and I've heard that voice in my head.
He says, "I am
Father.
your father. It is time you join us."
I take a knee and go to take his hand.
He takes your hand.
I have a quest now, Father.
Hmm?
I will join the clan, but I must find Antoine. He's a summoner of demons. He is a killer of children.
Why do we care for children? They are feeble beings.
They haven't been able to grow to their potential, to find the warrior within them. They are cheated of this by the demons.
Your brethren seem to think you soft.
They can think what they wish. I do not care.
Then why?
And if they want to fight me, they will find a fight.
You're my son, all right. Fine. What does this man look like?
I go to describe Antoine as best I can, in terms that the orcs can understand. And I make sure to point out that he is able to strike from a distance with a great force. He wields magic. He's dangerous.
He is a coward, then. And we'll flip back to the party encampment. Where is Antoine?
It sort of depends on what everyone else is doing.
Hitting the ground with a stick.
That's what's Beldar doing at this point?
Could I, whilst doing that, whilst you were talking to Nank, could my character have been casting Detect Magic?
That's the
Because it's a ritual.
Yeah, that's the incantations.
So.
Yeah, you can cast Detect Magic. And as you do... Okay, where is Antoine?
I'd love it if he just got out to sneak to the kitchen or something. He got the munchies and he can't be bothered to Hello?
Oop. Checking something real quick. I sent you a whisper.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. Your call, DM.
Yeah, as I say, where is Antoine?
Antoine is sitting at the rock where he was invisible.
I knew it!
Although with the spell you can't actually detect any magic energy. You do, however, feel that there is something manipulating the energies around you.
I carry on hitting where
Okay.
it was.
Do I know where it's centered from, this disturbance?
No, you can't locate it.
I want to have a look at Murphy's stats. I'm going to have Murphy sniff him out. Which, because it's got the keen senses trait, so advantage on perception checks relating to sight, hearing, or smell.
Okay, make a perception check for him.
Okay. Boop. Did that go through? No. Double 20s. The first one.
Double 20s.
Yeah.
Nice.
I did double click.
Yeah, you.
So who else around at the campsite?
It's
this
just
creature
Beldar and
comes over
Estella.
to me?
Nark has wandered off into the woods.
How about the two others? The Fey guy and the...
So Emmett had only called forth an image of him.
Oh, okay.
It was
But
just
Emmett
an
is
image.
still at the campsite?
But Emmett is kind of wandering around. Oh wow! Thank you for the raid, the RPG Lab. Thank you very much.
Yay!
Thank you!
Thank you.
Let's get some hype up in there for that. Come on, let's get some tool
Whoop, whoop.
flexes. Let's get some sharks. So yeah, on a crit, Antoine, this tiny little coatl is floating around your head and constantly just sort of goes into the side of you.
It also has bite and sting attacks. The sting can actually paralyze him if it goes well.
So, quick question. So right now we've got Estella. I'm sorry. I've forgotten your character's name.
Beldar.
Beldar and Emmett at the campsite.
Yeah.
They all need to make wisdom saving throws. As I cast Hold Person at 4th level.
Cool. Is Murphy close enough to me I get the advantage, or is...
Yeah,
no.
I'd say so.
Okay. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Oh, so it's the first one. Nope.
Yeah. So, what's the DC on that score?
So 8 plus 3 plus 3 is 14.
So everyone apart from Estella. So Estella, you become almost frozen in time. You're held in place.
And will Murphy need to make a separate save, or actually it's...
I don't.
I
think you-
can't. It's person. It's not. He's a creature.
Okay.
Yeah, and Emmett sort of feels the spell almost go off, and instinctively
I mean, I become visible as soon as I cast it as well,
Yeah.
and I stand up.
and
The crusade brought me here.
he fires off an eldritch blast in your general direction.
Mm-hmm. It hits, and I just go up to Emmett, and actually I stand up and I pat Estella on the cheek, and just like,
Murphy bites him. Actually stings him instead. So 18 to hit.
that hits.
And you will
Make
need to make a
saving throw.
constitution saving throw.
That's a natural 20
Ah.
on the con save.
So that's 6 piercing.
That's fine. And I just walk over to 6 piercing. So I just walk over to Emmett, and I'm like, this is your brotherhood. Okay, quick question. Let me stop that character for a second because I think I've got I was going to write you a whisper, but it got too long. There is the Brotherhood. Wait, there's the followers of Lathander.
So you've got the Lathander followers who are part of the Church of Lathander.
Got who is the group?
You've got the members of the Fallen Sun, which are is a term given to those who turn away from the followings of Lathander.
Okay.
And then you've got the Final Dawn. Now, the Final Dawn were a separation group who were hunting wizards, warlocks, sorcerers, and general magic users. And basically, Lathander said, look, I don't want this. And they went, well, sod it, we don't need your help anyway. And they went to demons, essentially, for help.
Okay.
And
so I've got the followers of Lathander. What was the second group? I'm sorry. And then I've got the Final Dawn. I just missed the name.
Yeah, so you got the Fallen Sun, the group of the Fallen Sun, which are the ones that have turned away from the teachings, and the Final Dawn, who Antoine was a part of for some time, but he turned away from hunting magic users to hunting demons, and in doing so got himself corrupted. So he still thinks himself as a justly person.
Okay, so members of the party. So Estella is a member of the followers of Lathander. Is she the Fallen Sun or is she a Lathander?
She was...
former member of the Fallen Sun got involved with the Final Dawn, but as soon as they started making demon pacts, it's like, nah, I can't do that.
Okay.
And renewed her oath with Church of Lathander.
Okay, so you're back with Lathander.
Yeah.
And now Emmett, which group is he a part of?
He's part of the Fallen Sun.
So that's Emmett. And then I was with the Final Dawn and got corrupted by Azkuthal in the Final Dawn.
You got corrupted by him when you went for the trials of the Brotherhood.
Okay, what's the Brotherhood? That's where I'm missing. Which one is the Brotherhood?
The Brotherhood is they're an occultist group of demon hunters who have been very successful in their endeavors and have basically gained a reputation within one of the big cities here, called Abelon. And Antoine gained notoriety and assumed his power by hiring a mercenary to kill off the previous leader after becoming corrupt through the trials.
Okay. So that's I've got that piece. I'm sorry. I was thinking that.
Sorry, lots of factions.
I thought it was the Brotherhood of Lathander, and so that's why I was really confused. I was like,
it's the Brotherhood of the glass tier, hence the pendant that the leader was wearing.
Oh, so it's the Brotherhood. Okay, so I crossed my streams.
Yeah.
Okay, so while I left the Final Dawn to go to the Brotherhood, but got corrupted.
Yeah.
And then summoned basically Azkathul, who is kind of like the people that the Fallen Sun were, like even above that, because he's like one of the main demon lords. Okay, cool. Good. I'm just trying to figure out who I'm with and who I'm against here.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm just being an asshole. So, I still
true asshole.
Yes, I am true asshole. I pat Estella on the cheek and just am like, sort of give a sigh, knowing that at this point, I just know Emmett seems to be controlling the reins here, and kind of look at him and just like,
oh, you'll also need to make a concentration check on that hold person as well, which is why I looked up earlier. So DC 10, if it is concentration.
Oh, look at that. So yeah, it fell when he bit me, which I'm fine with. I got the asshole pat on the cheek and I walk over and go to Emmett and just like, shall I go run through the woods for the orc to give him some entertainment, or shall we wait till he gets back?
I knew you'd fall. I didn't expect you drifted to striptease.
I'm sorry, you broke up.
I know you'd fallen. I didn't expect you to reduce yourself to striptease.
I kind of look at myself and I look at her.
I wink.
Well, Let's see.
I know Lathander, god of entertainment and stuff. Arts, things of beauty, kind of. Although that's kind of more Sune stuff, but they're in good terms.
I just look at her questioningly as I'm still wearing all my armor and my robes. And it's like, I don't think it's so much stripping as maybe you peeping, dear. By the way, what was that? 5 Eldritch Blasts and 3 hits with your quarterstaff? Really, dear? You thought you could be a paladin. And I look back to Amid.
Well, I didn't use a sword, so...
Actually, if we can quip all night. You can actually pick one up now. That's interesting now, isn't it?
He sort of looks at you and he says, "She will face the guillotine."
I heard.
But you did get wrecked by a snake, so I think we call it quits there.
At this point, Nunk, you're re-emerging after the Orcish horde disbanding to go and look for Antoine. And you see Antoine talking with the rest of the party.
Found him!
Have a nice walk.
Good you've recaptured him.
They did a wonderful job. Estelle was key.
Murphy
really...
MVP.
There's an orc horde here in the woods, and they seek you. They seek you out, Antoine. I have set them upon you.
Lovely.
Is that a deception check?
No. Antoine again. He's just in the. So
can I cast Hex to give him disadvantage on all charisma checks?
If you so desire.
I'm gonna do it. It's not damaging yet. So that's a spells.com. There we go. You got another one-liner then?
I must be frozen. It's not popping.
I'll ping up Hex again, sorry. I'll get the wording for it. Spells. Hex. 2. Submit.
I counterspell at level 4.
Power move.
and then I stick my tongue out at her.
Really? Your final
This,
moments.
you brought this upon us, Emmett. I'm not going to make this pleasant for you.
Children. Really? Well.
Shall we sit down, rest, and have another go at it, Estella?
What, you don't have much stamina, do you?
Oh, I assume you're getting pretty low yourself, dear. You ain't what you used to be, are you?
Sorry, I just had the old man Mo in my head. She ain't what she used to be.
Used to be. Yep, that was the idea.
So, yeah. After a little while of sort of you guys making quips and not really being generally too quiet, you do see orcs appearing from the forest towards the encampment.
Oh, your friends have arrived.
Why don't you go entertain them?
Oh, I figure I'll stay right here next to my good friend Emmett.
Emmett sort of stands up, puts his hand on his dagger, and he says, "Yes, friends?" And they look around, look at Nank, and just point and beckon him.
So are they beckoning me to join them?
Yes.
All right.
Yooks? Or
Does Nank go with them?
Yeah, I go over. Is my father amongst them or just scouts?
Oh, your father's there.
Then I go to my father.
You found your friend, I see.
He is not my friend. He is my enemy.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Now you will come with us.
He is not defeated yet.
He is in captivity.
I look at Emmett. Will he summon a demon again, Emmett?
No, he does not have the strength.
Now, but in the future.
He will not make it to the future. I assure you of that, Nang.
He's still a pretty formidable opponent. He's got, like... He's more powerful than I am.
He slipped away from you already. Why don't you kill him now if you wish him dead?
And Emmett looks back at Antoine and he says, "No, I must follow the teachings. I must follow the inscriptions left by those who led before me. I may not be as powerful, but I do have your friends to support me." And by this time, Gemma is starting to stir up a little bit. And you see her awake, looking around, very confused at everything. And, yeah, Gemma's just completely silent at everything that's going on. She's no idea where she is, why Antoine and Emmett are with the group. So for context, Antoine, you see the druid lady that was previously unconscious starting to wake up and looks around very, very bewildered and confused.
Oh, Sleeping Beauty. Finally awaking.
Can I kneecap him for that?
If you so desire, you can make an attack roll.
I'm just gonna do it with the quarterstaff. Back of the knee. I'm not gonna actually do damage. It's more just to make a point, if possible.
Yeah, still make the attack roll.
You're attacking him?
It was an 8, so.
Can I say that I grab the quarterstaff and just sort of stop it, just as she starts swinging? Oh, you were going for my kneecaps, right?
Yeah.
That I just sort of grab onto the or actually, since she's going for my kneecaps, can I grab onto like her wrist? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do, and when I do, I just give her a little bit of a static shock, just a little, no damage, just a, I scuff my feet on the ground a little bit to build up some static.
Are you wearing? How high tech is this environment? Do you have what's the name of that fabric? Synthetic fabric, or are you wearing like an acrylic jumper over your armor or something?
Under, of course, dear.
Stella and Antoine, go ahead and roll me a D100 each, please.
Oh Lord! Now Dad's mad now.
Which I'll have +10 to. So
I rolled a 4. That's good, right? It's just like clerics. You have to roll under your level, right? Under your level. Divine intervention, right? Right? That's how it works, right?
Stella, you feel a very, very familiar tingling in your hands, and you immediately shut off the mana flow to your body. However, Antoine, this is something you've not experienced probably in a very long time, and so have thusly forgotten. and I need to get the come on. There we go. As a you see above you and around you, your whole body comes enveiled in this thick black cloud, and all of a sudden you just see a streak of lightning pin this cloud like a someone in a box being skewered. And Antoine, your magic has gone haywire due to the imbalance of mana in the floor, and you will take 11 points of damage.
Anton looks up as this gathers around and then kind of feels the hair rise on his body and hackles at the back of his neck, and he sort of looks up and he's just like, shit. But he's still standing. At the best you've got, he sort of rolls his eyes up and looks towards the sky.
Has someone dropped from the call?
Yes. Belden has. Beldar has,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
You know, when divine wrath is being called down upon you, I don't think tempting fate right now is the best answer.
My existence tempts fate.
I cast light on him, passive aggressively. I believe you get to make a save if you want.
You do what? I'm sorry?
I cast light on you.
Like the cantrip?
Yes.
Okay.
You can make a save?
No, I take it and just look at her and go, oh, look, I'm a paladin. I'm from Lathander. Thank you.
Never said I was a paladin anymore.
Yes, I know you're not. You're something different, aren't you?
Yeah. You're something different as well.
Both not go quite right for you, dear.
Yeah, funny that. Kind of like got a custom
Well,
thing
look,
going
I'm
on.
glowing just like a paladin. Seems like I'm more of one than you are.
Yeah, I cast that, you numpty.
Lovely.
I also use prestidigitation to just put a mustache on his face. Unless he's already got a mustache, in which case the mustache also grows a mustache.
No, he's an elf, I believe. Half elf. I can't remember what made him now. Yeah, elf. So he's an elf.
Actually, no, I gave him an evil goatee. Using the mark thing. You also have camera on Baldar. On Roll20.
Oh.
Sorry, I've got it minimised to names only and not to receive, so it's fine. It's fine with this end anyway.
Oh, we got a message on Discord. Wi-Fi crashed, apparently.
Alright, no, that's fine.
Oh.
Cool.
So as she does this, I'll use
Counterspell.
we can do this all day.
Counterspell
Well, no, because
pressing.
I use disguise self to make myself look like her now with the mustache. Yes, dear. Shall we play games? Shall we get on with this? I look to Emmett.
What?
Well, don't you have? I have a guillotine appointment with the guillotine, don't I?
Yes, but we are needing to make camp. It is not safe to travel at this time of night. Just get your head down. Or whatever it is you're kind.
Well, we could kill him, and then if you really want to, we can res him later. Just might cost gold.
No. Let
Aw.
the anticipation fill him. Nonk, do you leave with the orcs?
I'm sort of like was going back and forth with I'm like, I wanted to charge him, I want to kill him, and then I sort of step back because I see
Hello?
they're sort of doing something. Hey,
Hello.
hi. I can see that they're doing something, a negotiation. I don't know, fighting. I'm not sure, and it just confuses me. So finally, I look at Emmett, and I say, "Will he die?"
Yes.
I don't know. They kind of like he was close to getting away before. Just saying.
Then we should kill him now.
No. I tell you what, do you still have that parchment?
Yep.
Give me a piece.
I do it.
He writes a message to the Brotherhood to be at their location by dawn. And he burns this piece of paper in a fire. And you sort of see the little flickers disappear off into the distance. It seems that you never intended to come quietly, so I decided I will bring it to you.
Would you like me to give you last rites, or you good?
He gives a smile. He gives a smile and a thumbs up. I'm fine.
Sure. God of redemption and forgiveness.
I sort of yawn dramatically at her.
Can I just say, he doesn't seem too phased.
Yeah, that's
quite worrying.
As you say that, Beldar, Antoine, make me a fate roll.
Ooh, wow. Okay, that's just the 100, no adders. 99.
oh god.
That's the closest we've come to having a 100. On a 99, you hear Azkahal's call in your mind. He says, "You see what these people want? They would have nothing to do with you after your mind is your own."
It's quite obvious now.
I have granted you your power, and I can grant you an escape.
Do we hear him talking?
You don't. This is all in his mind. You kind of see his face just go vacant.
Oh god, he's... What little intelligence he's got left is gone. There wasn't much, so it's no loss.
Wow.
So, yeah, he just he just goes, "I see that now. Well, it was nice to see the other side. I assume that was all your plan."
Hmm?
I'm in my mind
Yeah.
talking
sorry.
to Azkazel.
My plans for you are not finished yet. If you so wish it, bend the knee to me, and I will make you the son of an abyssal lord.
I sort of, my eyes move across these people who who I've been with, and from Estella to Nonk, and then to Beldar, And he goes, "Yes,
What?
I will." I'm talking to him in my mind.
Sorry. Just
I will
I thought you were
serve-
addressing us and
Yeah.
just saying yes quizzically.
I will serve you as Kazul.
You look around, Nark, as you sort of take up your position with the Orcish Horde ranks. You look behind you as you saddle up, and you see Antoine's skin start to blacken, as if his body is burning from the inside out.
Can I tell what's causing this?
You can make me a religion check.
Can I do it given I'm next to him?
Yeah?
Can
I'll
we
tell you
all
what,
make religion checks?
Natural
18.
20.
Oh, doesn't matter then.
yeah, Estella and Nark, you can...
How are we gonna justify it for Nunk?
After
He's
seeing,
been studying! I'm so proud.
after seeing the skin of Antoine turn black, Nark, you actually see the figure of Azkahul embody in Antoine's skin. Like it's like a really faint, shadowy outline, and with in a fantastic burning light, Antoine disappears in ashes.
It's probably simultaneously with me spurring my horse to gallop at them.
And by the time you get there, he just vanishes.
And I leap off my horse, and I'm stabbing the ground with the dagger. No! No!
I bop the area with my quarterstaff again just to be sure it wasn't some kind of illusion thing he did.
Wow. Look at that, Emmett.
There was
We told you we should have killed him.
no. No! This cannot be! I will have to descend the depths of hell myself to hunt him out. And he sort of hands over his he hands over the glass tear to Estella. Actually, I think he'd hand it over to Beldar, actually. He hands it over to
Okay.
Beldar and he says, "Look after this well. Give it
Okay.
to whoever you see most fit to lead the Brotherhood of the Glass Tear. I am revoking my place in order to hunt out this cretin." And you see him start to get his effects together. You see him draw a handful of swords, sort of just sheathing them, and he ends up looking like something out of Blade. Like, just silver daggers everywhere.
Like,
a
his
crossbow
swords
with
even, like,
silver
have
bolts.
tiny swords. It's like
Um,
swords all the way down.
And he just leaves the group. He just leaves the party and rides off into the distance, away from Abelon, away from S3, which is where you were headed.
And my howls are in the background.
And
No!
that,
No!
my friends, is where we will leave.
Can I do one thing?
Yeah.
As you guys are all standing there around the campfire, the flames seem to seep out over the edges of the fiery ring. And as big as the campsite itself surrounding you, this huge mark of Azkazul burns itself into the ground, and you just hear Antoine's laugh. We'll see you soon.
Well, at least it was courteous of him to leave a calling card.
And with that, my friends,
Lawful evil.
we will end today's session. Thank you so much to everyone for playing. Thank you, Tallsquall, for coming along.
Oh, it was fun.
Great.
Thank you.
We did manage
fun.
to raise £26.
Yay!
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Which I will be throwing your way as soon as I can. And I'll be sending you a message to sort that all out. As ever, I am D-Baldy. I am the Smiling DM. Let us go round to our players, see what they thought of the session. Let us know where you can find you guys. And yeah, so let's start off with our very special guest, Mr. Tallsquall.
Oh, it was fun. It was a great time. I will say, guys, you really almost had me. If it wouldn't have been the fact that I took down Estella and got the 10 temporary hit points, Nock would have had me. That's how y'all are really close. That was really really good. And
The holy Kamehameha worked.
well, and the big thing was, that was definitely interesting. It will be fun. We'll have to like schedule a rematch at some point.
Yeah, that was very fun. I was like, I hate this guy in character, but I just like this smarmy bastard.
Oh yeah,
I just loved the sass. I loved the sass.
It was like, it's just like this really fun back and forth.
yeah, chaotic asshole. When he
I thought he was neutral asshole.
well, neutral asshole. Yes, either way. But anyway, I'm Tallsquall. You can find me all over social media at Tallsquall. If you go to my Twitter account, you can see links to all the fun stuff that I do. And D-Bally has been an incredible supporter of my channel, helping out with maps and things like that. So give him a follow. And I had a blast. It was fun.
Brilliant, thank you very much. And Beldar.
I'm the Arcane Lava. I'm going to be making a new Twitter soon, and I'll link that in the social media thing on the Discord. It was a really fun session. I really enjoyed that.
Fantastic. Tallsquall, also chuck all your links down in the chat box for
Oh,
us.
for sure.
Yeah, feel free to self-promote.
Yeah, and Trilobite.
Hi, I'm Trilobite. You can probably find me on the D-Baldy Discord and stuff. I'm also going to be here on Tuesday for the other campaign, which is called the Pathos War, where I'll be playing a Shadow Sorcerer Bard Drow called Axel. And we're finally getting some backstory with that, which is cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was a very fun session. With apologies to Tallsquall for those shenanigans, but
Oh no, dude! I was instigating shenanigans. What else do you do when you're
back and forth? Warlock up, warlock up.
Yeah, nice move with the invisible
warlock fight?
Yeah, I mean, Tallsquall even had me with the shadow step because he said he was going to hide in the shadows and move away, and then he's like, "No, I'm still there." It's like.
Yeah, no, because that's the whole thing is that until you're level 15, you can't move. So I just sat there. I did the turn invisible and just sit there. And then, oh my gosh, all because of disadvantage, because I'm invisible, everything missed. And I'm just like, I'm just sitting here.
And finally, last but certainly not least, Nong.
I'm Bob. I'm found exclusively on the D-Baldy channel, nowhere else, just here. And thoughts about the game. I'd like to thank our guests and Tallsquall for joining us. It was a good time. I enjoyed your role playing. About the game itself, I can't tell you how disappointed I am that he's not dead. No offense.
That means he
no
can come
offense.
back.
Oh yeah.
But yes, nothing has aggravated me. I mean, more than hurting children. It just bothers me. My maternal instinct, I think. But and of course, there's something that you don't know. I've made a bargain, and we'll see how that all pans out.
Ooh.
Oh.
Not as good a bargain as Tallsquall did, but
Oh dear.
It may be that we say farewell to Nank for a little while. So So yes,
Oh.
as ever, I
Is
am...
that why he was rolling the death saves with like?
No. He has made a deal with his horde, or
cool.
his fathering horde, I should say.
Fathering horde.
But as ever, I am dbaldy. You can find me all over the internet as such. I am on Twitter. I am on YouTube, where you can find the previous sessions of this campaign. If you want to help support me, you can find me on Patreon. You know, everything helps to improve the stream, and certainly any monies raised up until tomorrow night is going straight over to Tallsquall for the ovarian cancer research. And I am going to say one last thing. Remember, when the DM smiles, it's enough to make a crocodile cry. But that's not going to be the closeout this session. Tallsquall, take it away.
Oh, so until next time, gather your friends together and tell a story, because that's what it's all about.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye. Stick
Good night.
around, because we are going to go and find somebody to raid very, very quickly. Let me see who is on and about. Let's go to... Here we go. We are going to go over to Arvanelleron. And that's a mouthful. Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Bye.